possibly be real? I felt good about my decision to come try it. It might be rugged up here, but I could already tell it wasn't going to be boring. Clint was steering left-handed down a long straightaway with only a couple of fingers on the wheel, while his right hand was fiddling with a yellow fishing jig and a tackle box between us. 140 kilometers per hour. That's what the speedometer was reading now. The van didn't feel very attached to the gravel. It felt more like we were floating. Back in Texas, my grandparents drove so slow it made me crazy. That wasn't a problem with Clint. So, how does kilometers per hour compare to miles per hour? I asked him as casually as possible. 10 kilometers is right around 6 miles. I did the math in my head. The answer scared me, so I did it over. I was right the first time. 84 miles an hour. To get my mind off Clint's driving, I asked, "What's the deal with the trees turning gold and red already? It's still August." "Those are aspens and paper birch. Another 8 or 9 weeks, and the hammer comes down." "The hammer?" "Winter. Welcome to the Northwest Territories." "What's that mean, hammer?" "Sledgehammer," he laughed. "The cold and the darkness, that's the hammer. And the land, that's the anvil. There's practically 3 hours less daylight now than there was a month ago." "Too bad I missed summer." "So you're starting school in Yellowknife?" 10th grade. "From what I hear, those residential schools are no picnic." "I'll make out all right. I wanted to be closer to my father." "While he's working the diamond boom and making the big bucks, eh? Your mother's back in Texas?" "I've been living with my grandparents in San Antonio while my dad's been up here. My mother's dead." "I didn't know, I'm sorry." "I was only 7. Car wreck. Drunk driver." For a couple of minutes, Clint didn't speak. Maybe he slowed down a little. Then he pointed off to our left. "That's the southern edge of the MacKenzie Mountains. Ever hear of 'em?" "All I know about Canada, I learned in the old Bullwinkle cartoons." "That's the way of it, eh? We Canucks know you, but you Americans, all you think of when you think of Canada is moose, right?" "I guess so," I agreed. "Well then," Clint said thoughtfully, "just for the sake of argument, let's say all of Canada is one big old moose. Then, what you Americans really know about us, that will compare to about the size of a moose dropping." "Interesting way to put it," I said. I was trying to visualize a moose dropping, having never seen one before. "Anyway, I was going to tell you about the MacKenzie Mountains. In July, I flew a couple of canoe parties back in there. They were going to paddle out of the mountains on the South Nahanni River." "Did they make it?" I joked. "Hey, no guarantees. It's sometimes called the River of Mystery for all the strange things that have happened back there. And everything's huge. The Nahanni's got a waterfall on it, twice as high as Niagara." "You're pulling my leg." "Dead serious. They call it Virginia Falls. The whole river takes a 385-foot drop. It's quite a sight. Below the falls, the river's running in a deep canyon, like your Grand Canyon." "That sure would be something to see. There's a lot of history back in there, history and legends. The Nahanni country took a lot of lives when some of the Klondikers tried it as a shortcut to the gold fields over in the Yukon back in 1898. In 1908, a pair of brothers turned up dead on the Nahanni, minus their heads. According to the legend, the native people who lived back in there, the head-hunting Nahannis, had a white European queen. Their stronghold was a tropical valley complete with palm trees that grew right out of the permafrost. Sounds like great material for a movie. According to the story, there are even dinosaurs back in there that lived around some steaming hot pools. That's even better, I laughed. Sounds like Texans have nothing on Canadians when it comes to tall tales. The place where the headless prospectors were found came to be known as the Valley of Vanishing Men, and then Headless Valley, and finally, Dead Men Valley. That was just